Michael Brooks died. Michael Jamal Brooks died July the 20th, 2020. I've done videos um, talking about him and his memory and the impact he made upon my life, my political consciousness. I think that the real lasting impact of his death is that the left is much more serious. Like when Michael was around, like I remember just the political content being a lot more humorous, and it's just something I've noticed. Like his two guys that he worked with, David Griscom and Matt Summers, guy's name. They were they got a show now, Left Rising or something. Ain't the same. And I feel like Michael's death was like a mom's death. That's why I think I cried so hard about it. Because who knows what I would have been if my mom had lived. My mother's death impacted me because I was alone in the world. I mean, I remember that cult, she was Gosh to Christ, but it's a cult. And I didn't belong there, and I knew it. And it's one of those things that sometimes you get addicted to people and situations, and you don't realize situations aren't necessarily good for you. It takes you time to notice that, to realize that, and understand that. You've got to split and go your own way. I think Griscom, yeah, as a gentleman, I think they were riding on his coattails. I think that when Michael died, there was obviously uh, a deep hurt that came with that. I'm sure it hurt them deeply. In I'm sure he marked their lives in an indelible manner. In a way that'll never be erased. His impact. But it was also the fact that what the fuck do we do now? You know, I I believe in God, but I tell you, I can certainly see how someone who's given to that atheism, humanism, secularism could question God. I mean, Trump gets COVID and survives. All the people in the White House around Trump got COVID. Most of them survived, I believe. No real health problems. Mitch McConnell's okay. He had that thing with his hands and stuff getting all black. There's conspiracy theories out there about that. Um, uh, Bolsonaro caught COVID, I think, twice. He's still alive. Rush Limbaugh's got fucking lung cancer. Like final stage, and he's still alive. I mean, and then we fucking lose Michael Jamal Brooks at 37 to a fucking blood clot. And he resuscitated his ass, what, 4 times? And he still died. Like, it's stuff like that I can certainly understand a person um, questioning God, questioning their own faith. Michael had a bright future ahead of him. Just a bright future ahead of him, and we are all lesser in his absence, all of us. And I like I said, I think the left is much more serious. And I think the left is also just a lot more serious, maybe, than they were before, about the times and about where we're going. And you've got this violence too. I say this all the time. Michael's death, it wasn't so much that, oh, we're gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. No, it wasn't that. In fact, I don't even. it didn't even make me really question my own mortality as much as it made me realize that we've got some really great people and they should be protected. And that I should be spending more time consciously aware of these great intellectuals that we have, we've been blessed with. Noam Chomsky is a good example I'm talking about. You know, but, you know, Cornel West, Chris Hedges, many others, that I don't have to agree with them. I don't have to agree with you to acknowledge that you're a deep brother. You know, some of these guys are ahead of their times. Like I said, I mean, Michael's content's still out there. You know, the Lafayette speech he did. You know, he's got a book out there I haven't read yet. You know, he had the Buddha playbook. I got that. I don't really meditate like I should anymore, but I went and I bought a whole bunch of that shit. Michael's death is going to be with us for a long time. He's going to be with me for a long time because that's the impact he made upon all our lives. But I really do feel that you got to appreciate people while they're here. You got to be thankful for what God has blessed us with. Because tomorrow's not promised. It's not. Thanks for listening.